It seems we are here. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Martina Fau, and today this is the third part of the series of four about human design types. And today we will explore more about the type of reflector. A very special, very extraordinary, non energetic type with the sense for evolutionary changes. So there is only 1% of the population, which is like 700 millions of people that are born with fascinating, completely open design so they can watch the world from absolutely different perspective. So you probably can imagine how lucky we are that we can experience my friend here. And please will me welcome my friend Dita.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Pleased to be here. Thank you, Martina, for the invite. It's a great pleasure to be here.
Dita, please, would you briefly introduce yourself to the audience also with your last name? Because I was not sure for a while how to read it and I didn't really want to make a mistake.
No worries. So, my name is Dita. My surname is Trindade, which is a Brazilian name. But I'm Slovak. I live in Bratislava. I was born here. And I lived in many different places through my life. In my childhood, I spent some years, 5 years in the northern Africa, in Algeria, and then I came back here, and I went then away for studies, first to Prague, in the Czech Republic, where Martina is based, and then I continued to the Netherlands and Portugal, and then I spent about 9 years in Brazil, where I met the dad of my child, who you may see at some time in the background, as it's still, summer holidays here. So, working from home involves also childcare at times. And now, yeah, in the past 6 years, I'm back here in Slovakia. I work from home, and I work in the field of education policy, global education, which is an education that brings about change, hopefully positive one, that brings around a change towards more just world, human rights, and greater justice. And we work with ministries and agencies in Europe on improving these policies, both in the field of education and support to civil society and other actors that work in the field of education. So that's my main work domain at the moment, but I love many other things apart from that, from my key job. I can maybe mention a few things later on. So back to Martina.
Oh my God, Dita, this is incredible reflectors introduction because you who know a bit about reflectors, one of the like really key characteristics is they are really great to, and they need to understand themselves to just live and be and move around a lot of places, right? So you've heard from Dita, like I was born there, I worked there, and then I moved there. So this is exactly what is great for reflectors, actually how they really naturally live. And actually, and back to this design of reflector in general, what I know and I was lucky to experience also in my life, because my brother is also a reflector, and the girl from my team, an amazing artist and a graphic, Michelle, she's also a reflector. What I know, you reflectors are pretty good with to come into some group of people, meet people, and see who is good for what, what role to play for who, where to go. So is that, but, and sometimes to spend only just a little time there and to see everything, which is because of your open design. Is that, do you experience this in your life?
Yeah, well, in many ways, yes. So often I'm not so good in small talk, like the chit chat with people when I come in a group. Of course, I greet people, but it's not like I feel shy. But I feel I need to first observe, what's going on, the interactions between people, and how people, you know, interact, and who kind of sense what type of energy, or who is cheerful, who are the active people who talk to everyone, who are the kind of shyer people. So I first kind of sense the space, and then I somehow intuitively choose with whom to interact first, or how to connect. And I'm also a kind of person that believes often that the right people would come to me. So I'm not always the proactive one that I go and say, hello, I'm Dita. It can happen sometimes, but often I rely on the universe to just kind of bring the right people my way, and I just wait. So yeah.
That this is completely beautifully describing what I experienced by reading yesterday, because I was listening to some Ra Urugu's soundtracks, which is the father of human design. And he was giving an example to his students. And he said, reflectors, they are there and they are observing. And if someone asks them to take the place, for example, in the class when you are a student, they love to go into the circle, to be in the center, and just let people to come to them. So they, from this place, best observe what's going on there. Can I imagine this the way you're talking about?
Well, I'm also an educator, and I do facilitate lots of learning processes and educational processes. And in that role, it's exactly that. So I ask questions and I observe people, how they interact with the questions, what kind of parts of identity, of their identities are being shown, and how they interact. I mean, I don't really facilitate learning on any hard knowledge things such as math or so. It's rather the soft one. So what does it mean for you to be a citizen, or how would you wish to participate in the society? So it's rather the kind of the soft skills and the soft themes. And there people really are invited to show what their values are, how they position themselves in the society, towards themselves, in the groups. So yeah, in this way, I like to be kind of observing from the center of a circle. That's quite right as a description.
Oh, and what I know from your personal reading of human design is also that you are really great with spontaneous nature, authentic way of sharing your knowledge, actually kind of your wisdom with others. And that's the way how you change the perspective of seeing things in groups. This is like a very smooth way. It's not nothing pushy. You are just at the right time on the right place. This is your ability, your quality. I know from your design. Is that true?
Well, to a certain extent, I guess it is. I like to, how shall I say, tune in. Of course, it's also a learned skill. So, it's not something that I always had. But when there is a group debate, I like to observe and kind of mirror the different discourses that are being there, and somehow reflect them on the people of what they were saying, and whether that was it. So it's a capacity to actually kind of summarize, bring ideas together, and reflect them back by using several examples that kind of impacted on me, or impressed me. And yeah, I can do it quite spontaneously. I mean, I can take some notes of the examples just not to forget them, but it's something that I almost like, how shall I say, I breathe in what the debate is bringing in, and then bring it back in a kind of a different way, with connecting the dots of what the different people were putting forward. So yeah, but I believe many other people can do that. I don't think it's just my
And
skill.
and this is what is really extraordinary about you, because actually, and also as Ra says, we need the world, the rest of 7 billions of people, we need you, because you have really extremely evolutionary thinking and viewing the things. And maybe you who are watching us, you can imagine it like of course, reflectors or data, they need to be in the center between people to understand the whole situation and understand also to themselves. But sometimes you can part of this feeling, imagine like when you are watching something from the sky and you really see what's going on in front of you. No, data, we cannot jump into the cloud and see the same way as you. And other designs like generator, manifester, or projector, we really need you for these evolutionary changes and steps, you know, so by your viewing, you are grounding the situation that's going on, you know.
Well, I like the kind of helicopter view, like to see things and to understand them, how the processes happen, to understand what are the dynamics. At the same time, there is a challenge sometimes to pay attention to detail. I often need other people to support me to really get the details right, because I like to connect with the things and to understand them in their kind of overview, and then to remember all the details. Sometimes that can become a challenge, like especially when I have to use a specific data and so on. um, I can do it, but it requires a special additional attention and energy. It's not like something that I retain automatically. So in this sense, yes, I can understand that this capacity of overview, and also in a way coordination, because I have a capacity to recognize like who is good in what, with quite an ease and facility to with ease understand the competencies and what people are best at, and then to combine like who is good and what, and also let them get aware of that, like to make them realize, oh, you're yes, I'm good in this, so let me do something in this respect. um, so yeah, I have quite a good capacity to work, and I love to work in teams. I'm not often a lonely worker. I like to work with other people and see how to work together in the best possible way, like how to collaborate and bring about a result together. So yeah.
This is amazing. So now you probably, who you are, listen to, you feel like, I don't want to miss any reflector in my life. I really need to find out who is reflector in my closeness. So, and the last thing, what I know it's really important, and actually is the only one stable thing, let's say in your open design, is this moon cycle. So other types are powered by sun, and you are powered by moon. So just what that means in your life, how we can imagine it.
So, well, I was sharing with you earlier that, like, since childhood, I'm quite connected to the moon, and I love to observe it and just to feel the moon energy. When I lived in Brazil, we were even like joking, it's so hot, and at night we were going to have a moon bath instead of having, like suntan. We were going for a moon tan. But yeah, I follow quite closely the moon cycles. They influence me quite a bit, in terms of like the type of energy I have, with when there is growing moon, so my energy kind of grows, and then when there is a decreasing moon, then I feel like exhausted and fading away, and I need more time to rest, and more time to sleep, and more time to recover and be alone. While there is a growing phase, I feel like, oh, I need to meet people, and I need to connect to everyone, and I need to call everyone, and yeah. So there are the phases, I guess. I also follow quite a bit some traditions that are linked to the moon calendar. I'm of a Jewish background, and I also like the Olo tradition and of Kabbalah, that is also very much linked to the moon cycles. So that often strengthens me and bring me some comfort, because naturally, if you just live day to day life, you don't realize which phase the moon is and what kind of energy is associated with a particular day in a month of the moon calendar. So it's not like our solar calendar, but there are actually more months in the Jewish calendar, and that really helps me to kind of feel grounded. Although to feel grounded, it's something that I feel a challenge a little bit, because I'm very much like connected to to the moon or the space energy, and actually to ground myself to the earth and to kind of connect, to put my feet on the ground and to breathe and to absorb the energy of the earth, in also in meditation. That's quite a challenge for me, and this is what I really need to be able to function well, is to really ground myself, because otherwise I'm kind of in the space, in the air. And so I really need to work on grounding myself.
Rita, I would listen to you, and I know I am not alone you for hours. I cannot imagine better examples for others how to imagine to be in reflectors energy or in the reflectors aura. So this is just perfect. So really, thank you so much. And do you have any maybe your last idea for others how to connect with yourself from your reflector's perspective?
Yeah, so I guess breathing is like the start of it. I think I do very short kind of morning or evening, and or if I manage, meditations which are focused on breathing. And it's inspired by Kabbalistic meditation, where you where you imagine that you breathe in one really long deep breath, minimum counting until 5, maximum until 9, like very slowly. And you breathe in a white cloud. Okay, so white light, you breathe in, imagine the moonlight or just really white light. Then you hold your breath for about, I don't know how long you can stand it, but for a few seconds. And you imagine that light, that cloud going into all parts of your body. So to the hair, to the nails, like to all the organs. And then you focus on the breathing out, and you see the all the you see the carbon dioxide getting out, and it comes as a smoke, as a dark smoke through your nose. So you exhale with the nose, and you imagine all the things that you don't need through your body, all the dirt, through this one exhalation, and you see the little smoke of carbon dioxide to just disappear in the air. And if you do this even once, but really concentrated, this is like for me, one of the great ways to connect to yourself, because you breathe in the light that you need to, bring in your energy, and then you exhale everything that you don't actually need. And we're breathing all the time without really being conscious of it. But if you at least do one conscious breath per day, or one in the morning, one in the afternoon, I think this can be of a great connection between you and the outside world.
This is amazing. We go for it right after we finished with this interview. Rita, thank you so much for being here. It's a very special opportunity that we really met for this, because I think that if other reflectors and other people will watch what you are really practically saying, they will more understand who they are, and also other people will have chance to experience some some kind of different perception on the world, on light, on people, what is possible, who is born for what actually, because on you all matter. So thank you for watching our 18 incredible minutes. If you want to stay in touch, you can follow Light Design International School on any social media. And if you are really interested to know more and dive deep into your personality, you can also sign up for any simple session, or you can join the course Design Your Life Master Course, basic level, just about exploring our personalities, that starts on November 1st. So it was amazing to have you here. Thank you so much. And you all have a great day. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Thank you.